Jilliana reading one of her vignettes.
Are you going to say how wonderful I am then?
If you're twisting my arm, Jilliana, yes, you're very wonderful.
Well, had I spoken to David earlier when we got to talking about identity, I would have read something, one of my vignettes on identity. But as he's a specialist in body resonance, I also equated that with getting older, as I am now older. And I have a vignette here called Embracing the Twilight Years. So here goes. I had to really think about announcing... Oh, this was written in 2015. I really had to think about announcing to the world that I had hit the advanced age of 70. But is 70 really old? Today's 70 is like 50, as we all live much longer. I knew people would be incredulous and exclaim, "You don't look it. How old? Never." To which I would smile and reply that I didn't feel or act 70. I was like Zsa Zsa Gabor, getting younger every day. Une femme sans d'âge. Thank the Lord, I intend to grow old disgracefully and enjoy it. Move with these exciting cyber times and embrace the new, ever-changing technological world. A woman of 70 should know who she is, be bold and have the confidence to say and demand what she wants, especially if she is paying. 2 years ago, during a not-so-cold winter birthday and New Year in Berlin, I made the life-changing decision to be a snowbird, never to spend another dark, damp and cold winter in the UK. Why, when I want sunshine, bright light and the warmth of life? I want smiles, not frowns. I want new, interesting international friendships. I need to be with positive individuals, not negative ones. I want to be happy, and the answer for me is travel and speaking languages. This has always been my passion when I discovered in the 60s and 70s that I was an international nomad. I followed my dream then, and decades later, I am picking up the threads of my past carefree life. I have freedom in my life to make choices, and I do. When I spoke earlier this year to my financial advisor, I finally realized that there is no point in waiting for that rainy day, thinking about the nest egg our parents taught us in a previous outdated decade, that this mode of thought does not work in our modern times. I can't take it with me, so I might as well spend it. Life is too short. We may never see tomorrow. So my new resolution is not to always look for a deal when I travel. You get what you pay for in life. I am now generous to myself. In fact, I was encouraged by my best friend to be so. It was a revelation to be kind to myself. I will, however, say at this point I have made no plans for rotting away in an expensive retirement home. Be generous, my late husband Martin used to say. He was to the point of buying and manipulating people. He was the magician puppet master pulling the strings and controlling his friends and magic colleagues. His words constantly echo in my ears. I admit I was careful and protective of his generosity to others. Martin is long gone, and now it is my turn, and I have no natural children, never caring for my insincere blood relatives on both sides of our small family in Liverpool, South Africa, and Australia. Today I have an unofficial Cuban daughter in Havana, actually now she's moved to Miami, who loves me and emails almost daily despite Cuban communication difficulties. I was chosen to be her second mother several years ago. She has changed my life, and I am grateful, feeling useful for the first time in my life. I have stopped being selfish and only thinking of number one. Over the years, I have collected extended family and keep some faithful lifelong friends, but I know who cares for me and values my friendship. I have let go some so-called friends who have fallen along the way. I am on the journey yet again and embrace le troisième âge, as the French so delightfully call it. The Americans talk about senior moments. I love philosophical quotations and collect interesting compilations, including some humorous quotation books on growing old. I'm going to stop there because it goes on for quite a long time, and I don't want to hog the programme because it's David's programme, so maybe I'll continue it later if there's room.
Yes, it's interesting, and it's because it's a big subject.
Growing old.
Yeah, and the care thing, the whole.
Yeah, I haven't done a thing about it.
Well, and you don't know quite kind of,
when it's going to happen.
What the agenda is, when you get kind of stroke first or kind of like.